Chat Blanc Story, Chapter 2, Tell Me, MariBlanc, Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction. It was the morning of the last day of school, also known as prom day. Marinette was super excited to go to prom. She really wanted to have a break from being a superhero and just have fun once in her life. Marinette grabbed her new outfit from her wardrobe, started to undress herself, and put on the outfit. It was an off-the-shoulder top that was as red as Ladybug's suit, and a white skirt that sucks in but flows out with ruffles. Marinette's shoes were small heels, but with red ribbons tying them to her ankles. Marinette wanted to look her absolute best for her last day at high school. She also wanted to dress nicer so she can grab the attention of people who might work in big fashion companies. Once Marinette finished getting ready, she started to walk to school and then stopped when seeing Alia on the stairs. Marinette smiled and continued walking to Alia. "Hey girl, ready for our dance tonight?" Alia said as she poked her elbow into Marinette's arm. "Yeah, I'm so excited. Seriously, being Ladybug and all is just frustrating and exhausting. We need some fun." Marinette responded with excitement as Alia and Marinette giggled. "Girls!" A voice was heard from afar. The girls turned round and saw Nino running towards them in a panic. "Nino? What's going on?" Alia asked as Nino tried to catch his breath. "Adrien, he hasn't texted me today or last night at all," Nino said in a panic. "And?" Marinette and Alia replied. "Don't get it. Every evening and morning he always texts me. He texts me even when he's completely busy," Nino explained, worried for his best mate. "It's not like him to not text me at all. I've been trying texting and calling him all evening, and I tried again this morning, but he just isn't answering," Nino said. His face was full of fear. Marinette really felt worried for Nino and Adrien, but there wasn't much he could do. Just then the bell rang, and everyone started to go to their lessons. Marinette was worried, but he will probably show up in class soon anyway. But Adrien gets driven to school, Marinette thought as she looked behind her to see if she can find the car he gets dropped off in, but nothing. As Marinette was looking at the cars, a pebble and some moss fell from above. Marinette got curious and looked up at what could have been a bird, but when she looked up, she saw something white. She couldn't make out what it was. It was like a white... "Marinette, come on, we're gonna be late," Alia said as she grabbed Marinette's arm and pulled her to their lesson. As soon as Alia pulled Marinette away, she at once forgot about it and walked to class. Little did Marinette know, the white figure was someone she knew very well. In class, Marinette stepped into lesson, but Adrien was nowhere to be seen. Marinette was getting a little worried, but she knew he would be fine. If Adrien was missing, there would be newspapers about his disappearance already. Adrien's father definitely isn't a good father, but Marinette knew that Gabriel loved his son very much. End of the day. Adrien didn't show up. He could have been in a photo shoot today. Marinette and Alia looked at each other with a grin when they heard the last bell ring of the day. Prom night! Marinette rushed home and asked her mum to help her put on her prom dress that she made for her college project. Marinette was very proud of her work, and she can't wait for everybody to see it in person. At the prom, Alia was with Nino, who is still worried about Adrien. He's supposed to be here tonight. Where could he be? Marinette was late as usual, so Alia started dancing with Nino and the rest of the class. There was a lot of great songs that came up that Alia really danced to, and Nino loved her dances. Just then, the doors opened and a dark figure was seen. It then approached the light and everyone gasped. "Marinette, this dress is beautiful," Alia said in shock. Everyone started to crowd around her. "Wow, Marinette, you're gorgeous," Rose said with excitement. "Thank you," Marinette said with a smile. "Yeah, pretty," Angelica said with a sweet smile. "Hey, Marinette, would you like to dance with me?" one of the boys asked her. "No, sorry, I just want to get some punch and sit down for a bit." Marinette smiled nervously. "You're not going to dance with us?" Alia asked Marinette with a sad face as the crowd goes back to dancing. "I will, I just want to get some punch," Marinette responded as she walked over to the punch bowl. "Okay then. Come on, Nino, let's go dance. I love this song." Alia demanded as she grabbed Nino's arm and dragged him onto the dance floor. Marinette smiled and poured herself some punch while watching the dance floor. It looked like Alia and Nino and everyone was having fun, but still no sign of Adrien. "Can I have this dance, princess?" A mysterious voice said behind her as Marinette recognized it, saying princess. It can't be Chat Noir. Why would he show up here? Marinette turned around to see a pitch-black figure in the dark corner of the room. The figure grinned and moved his face close to Marinette's. Marinette felt sick to her stomach. Her heart dropped and her breathing started to slow as her eyes widened with the most fear she has ever had before. Chat? Marinette said with her fear showing through her voice. Yes, princess, it's me. Although I do like Chat Blanc now. Chat said with the most terrifying evil grin on his face. He looked like he was going to kill her. Marinette didn't know how to respond. It was like there was a lump in her throat. She felt like she was going to throw up. I asked you a question, Marinette. Chat smirked at Marinette as he grabbed her wrist and held up her hand and pulled her into the dance floor where everyone can see. Everyone stared in fear. They didn't want to move because they knew that he had the power to destroy the world. Marinette couldn't move. She was just following Chat Blanc's footsteps on the dance floor. Who is Ladybug, Marinette? Chat asked with a threatening tone to his voice. I don't know. Marinette responded with, why was he asking Marinette that? Just then the DJ's music stopped because he was staying very still that he couldn't change to the next song. Chat's anger overflowed and blasted a cataclysm at the DJ, killing him in seconds. Look at what you made me do, Marinette. This is what happens when you lie to me, Chat said as he grabbed a hold of Marinette's arm tighter. Marinette looked at the DJ and tears started welling up in her eyes. The feeling of Chat Blanc's grip getting tighter makes Marinette scream. Me it now or you won't see your friends again, Chat Blanc said as he pointed his cataclysm at the class. Stop! Marinette screamed as everybody in the building started to run out of the school. What did you say to me? Chat asked. He was shocked he got that kind of response from a short, cute girl. If you keep killing people, I'm not telling you anything, Marinette yelled as she looked into Chat's eyes with anger. Oh, so you're playing that game? Chat said with so much rage. He squeezed her arm tighter. Ouch! Marinette screamed in pain and then passed out from the number of emotions and pain she was receiving. Don't worry, Marinette, Alia said as she transformed into Rena Rouge and then hit Chat Blanc in the back of his head behind him. Chat looked behind him with his pupils getting smaller and smaller. Chat was pissed. Chat growled, but then realized Alia is Rena Rouge. You're Rena Rouge, small blogger with a dumb phone, and Ladybug puts her trust in you. Chat laughed, mocking Alia. Rena Rouge got mad and ran over to hit Chat Blanc. Chat held onto her flute and then destroyed it into ash with his cataclysm while still holding onto Marinette's arm. Rena Rouge was shocked. How could she save Marinette? Hawkmoth should have akumatized me sooner. It's way more fun to be a villain. Chat grinned evilly with a chuckle. Now, I would love to kill you, but I need a threat for little Miss Know-It-All here. Chat smiled, lifting Marinette up by her arm and placing her over Chat's shoulder. Chat then jumped off of the ground of the school and landed on the next roof. You will tell me, Marinette. You'll tell me very, very soon.